Good day, everyone. Ali Safi here from Safi Financial Network. Today is October 11, 2024. Here is another weekly wrap. All right, so we had a bullish weekly candle on S&P 500. Dow Jones hit new all-time high. S&P 500 hit new all-time high, 5,835. That was a new record for S&P. And Dow hits new all-time high as well. Russell 2000 had a marvelous move rally today, and also Nasdaq participated in rally, but it was like a shallow. So what's happening exactly with the market? October is supposed to be ugly months, but we just finished the first 10 days, and that was a strong. S&P 500 hit new all-time high. Dow Jones hit new all-time high. Banks earnings just came up today. Fantastic results for JP Morgan, BlackRock, Wells Fargo, and the other regional banks as well. So everyone is confusing what's happening exactly because market doesn't give us even a corrective move for a buying opportunity. So lots of buyers still stuck just because they're waiting for good buying opportunities. For those ones who are doing very well, I believe that they don't touch their portfolio. So they never touch their portfolio. They just leave it as is, and the market just keeps grinding higher because they don't touch it. So Mag 7s actually are doing okay. Some of them are not that, uh, well, I should say marvelous, like a Google. Microsoft are lagging, but Apple is doing pretty well, pretty close to new all-time high. Nvidia just recently rallied up to new all-time high, actually pretty close. And also Meta, for example, is pretty close to new all-time high. Right now, it's consolidating nicely. Tomorrow, I will have individual stocks analysis. So everyone is just scratching their head. What's happening with the market? The reason for this rally is very, very obvious. Federal Reserve is just doing the rate cut. Um, Banks' earnings are doing very well. And also job market, unemployment. I know we had a spike in unemployment, but still economy is strong. So there is nothing wrong with the market. But if you just look at if you just a deep dive into the market, you will see that there are lots of cracks beneath of the market. This rally is based on the AI, and there are lots of companies just betting on the AI market. Semiconductors are doing kind of like okay. NVIDIA AMD recently is doing well. Taiwan Semiconductor is doing well. Texas Instrument is pretty close to new all-time high. And if you just look at the technology is doing well. Financials today, they had fantastic move. But there are lots of consumer discretionaries are hammering. Look at Estee Lauder. Look at Nike. Look at Dollar General. Look at Boeing. Actually, this is not consumer stable, but this is manufacturing, right? So Boeing is aerospace industry, and there are lots of industrial names are hammering as well. Look at Triple M. They are slaughtered, and if you just look at the market, you will see that there is a huge divergence. With some names are really good name, they're doing well. Some names they're really good name as well, but they're doing very bad. So it's kind of like a sector rotation, I believe, happening in the market and for the next few months as well. So you will see that money is rotating from some individual names, like a technology names, to some value names, because we are at the final stage of the rally before a recession in 2025. Yes, I believe that recession will come in 2025. It doesn't mean that 2025 is going to be ugly year, but we will have a stock market top, and then after that, we're going to see a prolonged decline all the way to 2027. You want to see why? So make sure watch my analysis video or forecast for 2025, which is coming end of this year. But before, this is kind of like a long introduction for today's analysis because I want to show you the charts as well to see what's happening within the chart. All right, so here is S&P 500 weekly chart, and market just that went all the way up to new all-time high. But there are some certain levels that I'm just looking at, especially for next 2 weeks, I should say 3 weeks, pre-election season. We will see some kind of like a pullback. This is happening almost every single time. So this time can market give us a kind of like a corrective move, potentially to here to a 53 to 5200. And that area could be a great kind of like a buying opportunity, and this can happen within election time. So we can see this sell-off is coming, potentially starting next week. I don't know, over the weekend is going to be geopolitical tensions, but there are lots of astro geopolitical tensions happening next 2 3 weeks. So Iran, Israel, you know that there are lots of wars happening in Middle East area, and unfortunately, war is kind of like a fragile these days. No one is talking about Ukraine and Russia, but there is war there. No one is talking about China and Taiwan, but there could be a potential um, escalation there as well. So hopefully not. Hopefully everything will be resolved. But today's world is not a good place, especially geopolitically. So we may see some kind of like a downside corrective move before election because usually before election some shakeouts are coming up. Uncertainty market doesn't like it, and market will shift over to the downside. But when election results coming, everything will get back to normal. I would say for potential new all-time high to 59 to 6,000, even 6,100, we can hit these ones before in the March period, and after that we can see some kind of like a sell-off initiated. Uh, Right now, weekly chart it is telling me that we are kind of like in a very, very, I should say fragile, because if you see here is a very, very important divergence. A three drives pattern is forming in MACD and also in RSI as well. So RSI, even we don't get to overbought condition in RSI, but we are at new all-time high. Stochastic, we are kind of like a pretty overbought and just waiting for a reversal to the downside. IMI is not in overbought condition. Huge divergence in IMI as well. So when I see these indicators, everything is bearish. But when I see the chart, the price chart, seems like everything is okay for now, at least for this time being. We don't see any reversal. But if reversal comes, I would say this is going to be a sharp reversal. All right. Moving on to a daily chart. Here's the daily chart. We just see the same scenario here. MACD is showing a huge divergence here, stochastic as well. RSI is not confirming the divergence, but you see that we are not even in overbought condition. So this means the momentum is not there yet. IMI just getting to overbought and then heading down. So right now we are kind of like in my box for 57.20 to 58.55 based on the daily chart. And we may see some kind of like a reversal is happening again next week or so. So for next 2 weeks, all the way through before election day. So we're going to see a choppy market as well. It doesn't mean that we are going to go to crash or massive reversal, but I would say a sharp reversal could be potential, could be a scenario for the market. So just buckle up and allocate your cash, because when you have cash in the next drop, you can buy back lots of good names, because I believe that still the rally is not over. The bull is not over. So any corrective move to this trend line could be a great buying opportunity, especially as long as we are above September low, we can hit new all-time high again, as long as we hold the September low here. Moving on to Nasdaq, which is still in a kind of like an upward trend, but lagging compared to S&P 500, compared to Dow Jones. Nasdaq is lagging, and this is kind of like very similar to 2022. So before 2022, January, even bear market for 1 year, for 9 months, I should say, um, conducted in Nasdaq, we saw that S&P 500 hit new all-time high. Dow hit new all-time high, but S&P couldn't. S&P just hit a lower high. Right now, we are seeing obvious divergence between these two tops. I know there is a bullish consolidation here. We may see another spike, potentially final spike to here. We can see a lower high. I'm not convinced we can get to new all-time high for Nasdaq yet. There is going to be a possibility, but this possibility is less likely. And also you see that huge divergence here as well in MACD as well. We just got a stochastic overbought condition in a daily chart too. If we see a weekly chart tells me even worse story for the divergence. We don't even get to a buy signal for MACD. Look at RSI here, huge RSI down momentum, while a stochastic is getting to overbought condition, and we may see a crossover to the downside. So this could be kind of like the scenario. And if Nasdaq gets below this blue line, which is SMA 43, a weekly chart, and that would be kind of like a very, very ugly scenario because we are heading to bear market. Whenever we get close below this SMA 43, I would say we should be kind of like a buckle off for a next bear market. Moving on to US 30, which is Dow. Let me go to weekly chart first. Dow just hit the all-time high nicely. We are kind of like at the final stage, parabolic move to the upside after this exhaustive rally. Whenever we see Dow Jones is getting diverged from SMA 20 on a weekly chart, we may see 2-3 weeks up, but after that, it's going to be a sharp sell-off or kind of like a prolonged consolidation. So this is kind of like a corrective move. Within a time, this is a corrective move in COVID crash. So right now we are at this stage of the uptrend. But when we get to the downside, I believe Dow can hit again 35,000. Right now we are at 42,000, which is not bad at all. New all-time high. Who wants to say it is bad? But when it's getting rollover, I would say it can go all the way down to here. Time will tell exactly when we are getting there. So daily chart for Dow Jones, we just hit the all-time high. There are lots of support here. So I would say still the divergence. Look at the divergence here in MACD. Look at the divergence in a stochastic and RSI as well. So stochastic is getting to overbought condition again. Overbought can stretch more overbought during the time, but I would say if we get a crossover to the downside, it's gonna be kind of like a corrective move. We then all the stock market indexes. Moving on to gold. Gold weekly chart hit new, pretty close to new all-time high. Bullish consolidation, not a bad session at all. So weekly chart tells me we just got a lower low, but at the same time, we're just getting nicely hiking up by end of this week. So still, pattern is bullish. There's nothing wrong. We can't hit the all-time high. 2,700 is going to be right around the corner. But look at that. So here is another divergence here. That's what I'm saying, folks. There are lots of divergences in a weekly chart for a stock market, all indexes, for Dow Jones, for S&P, for Nasdaq, also for gold as well. So this means potentially all markets are going to have a corrective move together at the same time. So when that happened exactly, COVID crash, remember that. So just be careful, folks, because we may see another sell-off is coming down the road. Moving on to daily chart. Daily chart, we just got a buy signal from gold, recapturing SMA 20. As I said, we can hit 2,700 down the road, but still, this upside move within the weekly chart could be very, very less likely, or I should say it's not gonna long last very well. So it can roll over to the downside anytime after new all-time high. So just be careful about this. I'm kind of like a sold off all my gold, silver miners as well. Moving on to silver. Silver, exactly the same thing. Here is the weekly chart. We just got a very nice divergence here. Stochastic MACD, and also see a stochastic momentum to the downside. It's kind of like a crossing dual back bear reversal to the downside. So however, price action doesn't confirm that, but if price action confirms next week, we're going to see a sell-off coming all the way to 25 to 26 dollar per ounce silver is coming, because that's going to be kind of like a sell-off as well. Daily chart. So daily chart, I don't know why my chart goes all the way back there. Daily chart, we just got a back test here. Nice bull signal for the daily chart. So less likely we are going to see a higher high. But if we get there, that's going to be limited. So the upside target, I would say it's going to be within 2-3 days. And then after that, we can see a reversal coming back to the downside. Still looking for $25 to $26 per silver as a buying opportunity. Right now, my pencil is down for silver and precious metals. Moving on to the last chart for today, crude. So crude, a weekly chart, tells me that we are kind of like at the beginning of a new rally. We nicely defended this 62 to 63 area, 65 area, nicely back up. And we just got kind of like a choppy here around 70 to 76. Right now, we are at 75.92. But if geopolitical tensions, which I believe it's going to escalate more, it's not going to over yet. So we may see crude is breaking through this long-term bearish trend line to the upside, which signals 97 to 100, even $104 per barrel is coming for crude. Is it going to be a war? Is it going to be a huge shortage for crude? I have no idea. But I believe that the chart tells us the story behind that. So chart is pretty bullish, or at least I should say it's just ready for a breakout. Moving on to the daily chart, we just got a choppiness here, back test to this trend line, getting back to the upside. Stochastic, just a bear reversal, but still sliding in overbought condition. So this means this bear reversal is just for this 2 days corrective move to the downside, 72, and then getting back to the upside. So if we get above this pivot, or I should say the previous pivot, we can get all the way up to 80 to 84 for a next signal. If crude closes a daily chart above 80, that means we are just paving its way for a nice rally to the upside for $100. So we will see how it goes. All right, folks, I believe I covered everything. Hope you like this video. If you like this video, please smash the like button, subscribe to our channel, and make sure watch the next 2 steps, individual stocks tomorrow, and also Bitcoin analysis on Sunday. Have a fantastic weekend. See you on the chart. Bye-bye.